Just now, the U.S. government released scary pictures of Bigfoot. These photos show a big shadowy creature with lots of dark fur hiding in faraway forests.
A Virginia man claims he spotted Bigfoot and he has the video to prove it.
Finally, somebody. We're going to let you be the judge.
This was shot apparently near the Intracoastal Waterway earlier this month.
People are really worried and curious. Could this mysterious creature actually be living near us? Everyone's talking about it, and experts are looking closely at the pictures to see if it's really Bigfoot or just a sick bear. These new photos are a big deal and could change what we think about the hidden parts of our forests. Tune in to find out what these Bigfoot photos are all about. Analyzing Bigfoot's latest sightings and surprising photographs. The story of Bigfoot, also known as Sasquatch, has fascinated people for a long time. Many have claimed to see a large, hairy creature walking on two legs, especially in the deep forests of the Pacific Northwest in the United States. Interest grew even more recently when the U.S. government released a set of photos that supposedly showed this mysterious creature with striking clarity. These pictures got people both excited and worried as they seemed to take us one step closer to proving Bigfoot's existence. Just as we were about to understand Bigfoot, the lead scientist vanished, leaving behind only a mysterious note. In 2007, the debate about whether Bigfoot is real got a fresh boost when Rick Jacobs in Pennsylvania's Allegheny National Forest captured some photos with a motion-sensing camera. This camera was meant to catch pictures of local animals, but instead it snapped images of a strange, furry figure. The figure appeared to be hunched over, searching for something on the forest floor. These photos quickly caught public attention, with some calling them the most convincing proof of Bigfoot yet. Some people argued that this was indeed Bigfoot, pointing out certain features and the fact that there had been similar sightings in that area before. But not everyone agreed. Some thought the creature could be a bear with a severe case of mange, a disease that makes its fur fall off, giving it a strange appearance. Experts have studied them, documentaries have featured them, and the media continues to cover the story. These images keep the Bigfoot mystery alive and fuel interest in the idea that such creatures might roam the remote forests of North America. He later uploaded the video to Reddit, where it showed a large, shadowy figure walking through the forest behind his house. The figure, covered in dark, tangled hair, moved upright in a way that seemed more human than animal. As it came closer, Bigfoot Watcher felt both scared and excited, unsure of what he was witnessing. Then just as quickly, the figure disappeared into the deeper parts of the woods, leaving behind only a brief but intriguing video. But this wasn't the end of it. It only added to the growing list of Bigfoot sightings. The Reddit community quickly reacted when the video was posted, with many users watching and discussing it. Opinions were divided. Some people believed the footage was real and might be the best evidence yet of Bigfoot's existence. They pointed out the creature's large size, its movements, and the location where it was seen as proof. On the other hand, others were skeptical, thinking the video might be fake or just a case of mistaken identity. To back up his claim, the person who posted the video, known as Bigfoot Watcher, shared more information. He said he had lived in that area for years and had often heard strange sounds and seen odd footprints. He also mentioned that there had been several other sightings in the same region, making his story more believable. The mystery of whether creatures like Bigfoot really exist keeps people curious and adds to the fascination of exploring the unknown. Whether these creatures are real or not, stories like this keep the legend alive, motivating both believers and skeptics to keep searching for answers. But this wasn't the only sighting that grabbed attention. One of the more notable and well-documented recent encounters took place in Owen Sound, located by the beautiful Georgian Bay in Ontario, Canada. Known for its scenic views and dense forest, Owen Sound is an ideal place for a mysterious creature like Bigfoot to hide. In early September 2015, local resident James Collins reported seeing a large, hairy, two-legged creature while hiking in Blue Water Park. Collins, who was very familiar with outdoor life, immediately knew this wasn't a normal animal. He described the creature as being between 7 and 8 feet tall, covered in dark brown fur, and surprisingly fast for its size. Collins even managed to capture a brief video of the creature before it disappeared into the trees. The video wasn't the clearest, but it clearly showed a tall, human-like figure moving through the woods. When Collins shared his story and the video online, it quickly gained attention, sparking both excitement and doubt. Now, let's look at the debate about whether Bigfoot is real. The ongoing debate over Bigfoot's existence. Local media covered the Owen Sound sighting extensively. Experts in cryptozoology studied the video and pointed out that the figure had a human-like walk, which seemed unusual for any known animal. Some skeptics, however, suggested it could have been someone in a costume or even a misidentified bear. Despite these doubts, the video was hard to dismiss entirely. Adding credibility to the story, Collins wasn't the only one who had noticed strange things in the area. Other locals reported hearing odd noises at night and finding large human-like footprints in the mud near the park, which supported Collins's sighting. But the story didn't end there. Over the next few months, researchers and Bigfoot fans flocked to Owen Sound, hoping to catch a glimpse of the creature themselves. Groups of people searched the area with cameras, night vision tools, and sound recorders. Although no new sightings were reported, the area remained a popular spot for Bigfoot hunters. If you think that's interesting, just wait. There's another story that's just as exciting. A game camera captured something unusual in the woods of Washington State. One cold fall morning, Robertson went to check the memory cards from his cameras, eager to see what he had captured. As he scrolled through the usual photos of deer, raccoons, and the occasional bear, something unusual grabbed his attention. A series of images taken in the early dawn light showed a tall, hairy figure walking through the forest. This figure appeared to be about 7 to 8 feet tall with a solid build, moving smoothly and with purpose, unlike any local animal he was familiar with. These strange photos quickly made their way to social media, causing both excitement and doubt. Some people who believe in mysterious creatures hailed the images as solid proof of Bigfoot. They pointed to the figure's height, its upright walk, and the lack of clothing or gear that would suggest it was a person playing a trick. However, skeptics were quick to say it could just be someone in a costume or even a misidentified bear. This sighting has inspired many others to set up their own cameras in the area, hoping to capture similar images. It's clear that Bigfoot continues to fascinate people, keeping the mystery alive and pushing us to rethink what we know about the natural world. Olympic Venture is a team dedicated to exploring the Olympic Peninsula's wilderness. In 2017, during one of their regular expeditions, they stumbled upon what they believe was their first Bigfoot nest, deep within the Olympic National Forest. The nest was a large structure made of woven branches, leaves, and other natural materials measuring around 8 feet across. The way it was built suggested careful thought and effort. Driven by a desire to understand what they found, Olympic Venture took detailed records of the nest. They took pictures, measurements, and samples, then sought advice from experts like primatologists and wildlife biologists. Dr. Jeff Meldrum, an expert in the study of cryptids, mysterious animals, visited the site. He pointed out that the nest looked similar to those made by large primates such as gorillas and orangutans. He also noted that the size and complexity of the nest went beyond what any known local animals could create, suggesting that perhaps Bigfoot was responsible. Even though the idea of Bigfoot building these nests is fascinating, not everyone is convinced. Some skeptics argue that these nests could just be natural formations, dismissing the possibility of a hidden intelligent creature making such detailed structures. In a quiet part of North America, strange piles of branches started showing up. Some even looked like they had been arranged by human hands. To figure out what was going on, a group called Olympic Venture set up cameras that turn on when they detect movement. These cameras are trying to catch a glimpse of whatever or whoever is making these odd shapes. So far, they haven't gotten a clear picture of Bigfoot, but they keep trying, sparking interest from both scientists and regular folks. The discovery of these strange nests has reignited the debate about Bigfoot's existence. Supporters claim that these nests, along with footprints, sightings, and mysterious noises, are good signs that an unknown creature might be out there. Skeptics, however, argue that without solid proof like a body or a really clear video, these signs aren't enough. They wonder if these nests alone can prove Bigfoot is real. In the dense forests of Mississippi, a man named Josh Highcliffe believes he came face to face with Bigfoot. On a cool fall day, he was hunting alone near Tishomingo State Park. Highcliffe, a skilled hunter, was quietly tracking deer when he heard a strange sound. Thinking it might be a deer, he cautiously moved closer, his senses on high alert. Suddenly, he found himself just 30 yards away from a massive creature that resembled Bigfoot. Standing frozen, Highcliffe locked eyes with the creature. It stood over 7 feet tall with broad shoulders, watching him calmly before disappearing into the thick brush. Highcliffe, overwhelmed, left the woods quickly, unsure of what he had just seen. Next, we dive deeper into America's search for Bigfoot, chronicling the search for Bigfoot across America. Once home, Highcliffe struggled with whether to share his story, knowing how much doubt these kinds of tales often bring, but he felt a need for answers and wanted to share his experience with others who shared his curiosity. Soon, his story spread among local communities and online Bigfoot followers. Some people thought he was mistaken, but others believed him because of his honesty and knowledge of the area. Highcliffe later teamed up with researchers and revisited the site using GPS data and landmarks he remembered. Despite their efforts, they couldn't find any concrete evidence, like footprints or fur, leaving Highcliffe and others still searching for solid proof. But this wasn't the only puzzling sighting. Over in North Carolina, near Lake James, another sighting was reported by a group called Bigfoot 911. This local team focuses on investigating strange events like these. One evening, as the sun set over the quiet lake and the thick woods surrounding it, they were keeping watch and recording sounds. That's when they saw something unusual. According to their report, a huge creature walking on 2 legs appeared at the edge of the forest. It was over 7 feet tall and covered in dark, tangled fur. Without making a sound, the figure moved through the trees, but the lack of evidence still leaves many questions unanswered. Like other sightings, the Lake James incident sparked interest, but without physical proof, it remains just another mystery. A large figure, much like the legendary Bigfoot, had a huge impact on those who saw it. The team wasn't fully prepared, but they stayed determined, quietly recording the event. Using night vision gear and cameras, they captured a few brief images. There was an exciting but cautious feeling in the air as they tried to remain calm, watching this mysterious creature move through its natural surroundings. Along with the sighting, they also heard strange noises in the dark, deep groans and unusual calls. These sounds made the team even more certain that they were witnessing something beyond the ordinary. The creature's behavior was careful yet curious, as if it knew what was around it and was aware that humans were nearby. Afterward, the Bigfoot 911 team carefully reviewed their video and audio, hoping to find clear evidence of what they experienced. Some people doubted how reliable the footage was, especially since it was recorded at night. But many in the research community supported the team's work and believed in their efforts to document what they saw. The sighting at Lake James became a major talking point, sparking debates about whether creatures like Bigfoot really exist and how best to study them. Fans and doubters alike found this event to be a reminder of the vast, wild places that might still hide unknown creatures. But this wasn't the end of the mystery. There was more to uncover. One such story is the Wisconsin Yeti encounter, which adds another layer to the debate about cryptids. Similar to Bigfoot or Sasquatch, the Yeti is a legendary ape-like creature said to live in snowy, remote places. This particular encounter took place in the isolated wilderness of northern Wisconsin, a region known for its thick forests and cold winters. It happened on a chilly January morning in 2018 when a local farmer named Harold Green went out to check on his animals. Used to the sounds and patterns of country life, Green noticed that his cattle were acting strangely. Near the barn, he found large, mysterious footprints in the snow. Curious and a bit scared, Green decided to follow the tracks into the dense forest near his farm. The footprints became clearer as he walked, showing that whatever left them was much bigger than any local animal. The prints were about 18 inches long and 8 inches wide, suggesting they belonged to a 2-legged creature with a natural walking stride. Green followed the trail for half a mile, feeling more nervous with every step. The usual forest sounds were gone, and then, out of nowhere, he spotted a huge figure in the trees, partially hidden by the bushes. The creature was covered in thick white fur and stood over 8 feet tall with a strong, muscular build. Green caught a glimpse of its face through the fur, and for a moment both the creature and Green locked eyes. It seemed both curious and cautious. But just as suddenly as it appeared, the creature smoothly turned and disappeared deeper into the woods. Green, shaken but determined, quickly returned home and reported what he saw to the local authorities and wildlife experts. But this wasn't the end of the strange events. News of the Wisconsin Yeti spread fast, attracting media attention and experts from all over. Investigators arrived at Green's farm, carefully documenting the footprints and interviewing the locals. The footprints were preserved and analyzed by specialists who noted some interesting details, adding to the ongoing debate about these mysterious creatures. There were signs of a creature that didn't look like any known animal from the area. Even after searching thoroughly and setting up motion-triggered cameras, nothing more was seen, and what the creature truly was remained a mystery. The story of the Wisconsin Yeti has become a well-known tale in the local community, often bringing up discussions and debates about the existence of such mysterious beings. Believers point to Green's detailed description and physical evidence as strong proof that unknown creatures could live in remote, untouched areas. However, skeptics say that without more solid evidence, like DNA or clear photos, it's just an interesting but unproven story. But that wasn't the most unusual part. In 2001, deep in the beautiful Marble Mountains of Northern California, a memorable Bigfoot sighting took place. A group of young campers led by Jim Milas, an experienced guide, set off on what would become an unforgettable adventure. They were camping near a hidden trail, eager to explore the wild. On their second day, one camper noticed a strange figure on a faraway ridge. At first they thought it was a bear or another hiker, but when they looked through binoculars, they saw it was something very different, a large upright creature covered in dark fur. Millis quickly grabbed his video camera and managed to record the being as it walked along the ridge. The footage, though shaky, clearly showed a large figure moving on two legs. Their excitement grew when the creature stopped for a moment, seeming to notice them before disappearing into the forest. The next morning, they found huge footprints near their camp and gathered hair samples from nearby branches. This sighting grabbed the attention of Bigfoot researchers who analyzed the video and footprints. Experts like Dr. Jeffrey Meldrum agreed the evidence matched known Bigfoot traits, though the hair samples didn't give any clear results. Still, the Marble Mountain sighting is considered one of the most well-documented encounters, adding to the growing evidence that Bigfoot might be real. For Millis and his group, it was a moment they would never forget, leaving them with a deep curiosity about the unknown. What do you think? Could Bigfoot actually be a species yet unrecognized by science? Or is it just a myth perpetuated by misinterpretations and hoaxes? Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more intriguing mysteries.